I've been thinking a lot about love triangles over the past couple of days. We had this Instagram post go super viral where basically we're just making a meme about the summer I turned pretty and comparing it to other love triangles and getting many comments saying, well, Katniss, Peeta, and Gale can't even really be included in this conversation because there was only ever one choice. Katniss was inevitably going to be with Peeta. I've talked about this much more in depth in our 8 episodes and counting on the Hunger Games books and series, but the short version is I don't believe in fate or soulmates, and I don't think that Suzanne Collins does either. The entire Hunger Games series is about choice. Katniss is in a love triangle. This is indisputable. Each of these boys represented a different lifestyle, different values, a different version of who Katniss was when she was with them, and how she saw the future for both herself and her country. Yes, when these books and movies came down, partially because of the influence of Twilight, we did often boil it down to who's the cutest and who does she want to kiss the most, but that's not why Suzanne Collins wrote these. And I think that it's silly to pretend that that's not an enormous angle of these books, because even if you want to argue that, at the end, obviously Gale took himself off the table. Katniss could not move past what he did, and he was no longer going to be a viable option for Katniss. That doesn't mean that she had to marry Peeta. Katniss is an independent woman. She could certainly get by on her own. Katniss had to choose between Peeta and herself. And the fact that she chose Peeta is a very important part of the text and the message. And obviously, people don't mean this with any ill intent. They're just saying, of course, out of these two options, Peeta was the one. But I also feel like saying that Katniss had no choice really minimizes who she is as a character and what the point of these relationships is in the book. Anyway, I was Team Gale as a little kid because I loved the Boy Next Door story, and then Mockingjay happened and I switched to Team Peeta. As an adult, I'm Team Peeta all the way.